Yes, sir. Let's get this show started, man. Where my people at? Get on up in here. You know, shout out to my people that's in the building. Tammy, what's good, Tammy? Shout out to Tammy. Royalty, what's good? What's good? Back at you all, man, with some more content. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this, and we're gonna get right back on camera. Ready for that action? Let's get it cracking. Hit the like button. It ain't nothing. We're getting ready to call out some hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. But guess what, man? We monetize over here, so we got to keep the language clean. And I got some things that I want to share with you guys. Yes, yes. Oh man, it's crazy, man. This Anton Daniels, COREY HOLCOMB thing been going crazy all over the internet, man. All over the internet, man. It's been going crazy. Shout out to the family, man. Where you guys at? Hey, I need everybody to bless that like button, man, as soon as you slide through. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Let's run those numbers up in a major way. Indubitably, indeed, giving you what you need, dropping content on a daily basis. Now, I want y'all to know something. Now, my channel got flagged yesterday, right? I did this content on Red Supreme TV1, and this is what it says. I should have shared it. I should have shared the screen with you guys, man. Yeah, I appreciate you for tapping in, Tammy. You know, but yeah, they flagged my channel yesterday, man. Anton Daniels and his followers flagged my channel, right? I should have shared it on the screen with you guys so y'all know I ain't playing, but you know I would never make up something like this anyway, but this is what they said. This is what they said. You know, Tommy Sotomayor flagged my channel. So this is the second time my channel has been flagged down within the last 60 days, right? Tommy Sotomayor flagged my channel back in December. Back in December, Tommy flagged my channel. Now, Anton Daniels has flagged my channel, and this is what it said yesterday. It said, "We think your content didn't follow our harassment policy. Content that contains unwanted sexualization isn't allowed on YouTube. This includes, but is not limited to, content that describes somebody." Hold on. They say your content describes somebody in a lewd, degrading, and sexually explicit manner, shows how to distribute non-consensual sexual imagery, or content that fantasizes about content that fantasizes about and threatens or supports sexual assault. So they said that I'm bullying and harassing, and I described Anton Daniels in a lewd, degrading manner. Right? Your content also shows how to distribute non-consensual sexual imagery. So when I said Fleece Johnson, when I said Anton was busting it wide open for Fleece Johnson, And I can't really go into details because we're monetized over here. So there's only so much I could say. So basically, my channel got flagged for roasting Anton Daniels. They said I degraded him, I humiliated him, and I painted the picture like Fleece Johnson was taking it. And in other words, they said it's harassment and cyberbullying. So yet again, my video, this is why you don't see neither one of those live streams on TV1. YouTube took them down and and gave me a strike for cyberbullying, for harassing Anton Daniels and cyberbullying him and degrading him in a sexual explicit way. How did I degrade Anton Daniels? He degraded himself. Yeah. So both of those live streams I did on TV1, they're gone. But you know what I'm gonna do? I still got the backup. I'm gonna upload them on Patreon. Seems like YouTube loves to flag my channel. They don't want to let me say anything. I gotta walk on eggshells when I wrote somebody. Can't really say what I want to say. Freedom of speech is gone. Now, Anton Daniels was talking about catching a fade with COREY HOLCOMB. He called COREY HOLCOMB a rainbow community member, said all type of crazy things, and ain't nothing happened to his channel. I do a live stream roasting Anton Daniels for the Fleece Johnson video. Somehow I get a strike. Somehow my channel gets flagged. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm finna start doing more content on Rumble, man, because I'm sick of YouTube silencing me. I'm sick of YouTube censoring my content. Every time I roast one of these Sambos, my channel was getting struck. They flagging me down. They giving me strikes. So guess what? I'm not going to go live over there. Listen, homie, I got to wait till 90 days to go live on my main channel. So guess what? For right now, we're going to be over here on TV, on King Supreme TV, doing a lot of work. Now, they said I degraded him. This is what listen, this is what it said. It said you degraded him in a lewd act, degrading someone in a lewd, degrading manner, in a sexually explicit manner. You degraded him sexually. You painted the picture of a non-consensual sexual imagery. Your content fantasizes or threatens sexual assault. So somebody reported that. You remember when I kept making those jokes how Fleece Johnson was going to take advantage of him and do it? So they say I degraded him, I'm harassing him, and somehow I'm cyberbullying him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Either Anton Daniels did it or he sent some of his people to do it. See, a lot of times people snitch in third party. Even if he didn't flag it directly, he sent his fans to do it. Somebody on his team went over there to do it. So Anton Daniels flagged my channel and Tommy Sotomayor flagged my channel. I'm cool with Anton. Whoever said I was cool with Anton? Where do you get your information from? You know how long I've been roasting Anton Daniels? Nobody in their right mind thinks that I'm cool with Anton Daniels. They said we think your content didn't follow our harassment policies. Content that contains unwanted sexualization is not allowed on YouTube. I described him and degraded him in a lewd. I described him in a lewd, degrading act. A lewd, degrading act and sexually explicit manner. Basically, what they're saying is, since I said that Fleece Johnson was going to take his cookies, I'm explaining something in a non-consensual sexual act. So I get in trouble for roasting this guy. Listen, homie, I didn't listen. I didn't tell you to listen. You flirted with Fleece Johnson. All I did was do commentary on it. How my channel gets flagged when Fleece Johnson told Anton Daniels, he said, if we was in prison, you would be my woman. Fleece Johnson told Anton Daniels he would take advantage of him if he was in prison. Fleece Johnson told Anton Daniels he would be his woman. How do I get flagged? How do I get flagged for making a joke about it? Fleece Johnson is the one that came on to Anton Daniels in a non-consensual sexual manner. All I did was make a all I did was make a joke about it. Anton Daniels is the one that posted it on his content when Fleece Johnson talking about he'll take advantage of him. I can't even make a joke about it without getting flagged. Anyway, man, let's get to the content.
Because I know Anton and I kind of know COREY HOLCOMB, and both of them are going to stand on what they believe. They're going to call things how they're seeing it, and both of them are not backing
fair use, man. This is my dog, Oshay the Duke Jackson.
Down. And when you get two people in a room like that, or even on the live stream, you're going to get down.
See, Anton Daniels is the one who allowed sexual content on his channel. He allowed Fleece Johnson to flirt with him. Fleece Johnson said that he would take advantage of Anton sexually if they was in prison. But when Red Supreme does a reaction to it, they said that I'm uploading unconsensual sexual content. I get blamed for it, even though the content was on Anton's channel. I just made a joke about it, and somehow my channel gets flagged.
And this show exploded into what the black internet was talking about, largely because of two different frameworks. Now, COREY HOLCOMB is from Chicago, Anton Daniels from Detroit, two big West Black American, African American cultured cities. The issue was the framework of what was going on in America. And the framework that Anton Daniels is using is that black people are largely responsible for all of their problems. COREY HOLCOMB won't necessarily disagree with that, but his framework is white supremacy, and what they have done to black people is the largest part of the problem. And COREY HOLCOMB's biggest criticism of Anton Daniels is the same that I had. You have no problem calling out black people, but you don't have any problem calling out the white man.
The white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men.
All I did was make a joke about Fleece Johnson taking advantage of Anton. The video is on Anton's channel. I make a joke about it. I get a strike on my channel. I get flagged down. This is the second strike that I've got on Red Supreme TV1 in 60 days. Tommy Sotomayor flagged me for roasting him. Now Anton Daniels just flagged me for roasting him. So that's two strikes in 60 days. So you know what I'm going to do? I can't do no content over there. I got to let those strikes go away. Soon as they remove those strikes, then I'll put some more content over there. But right now, I'm not even going to do anything over there. I got to let one of them strikes go away. So we'll be live on King Supreme in March. You know what I mean? Like around March or April, something like that. For now, we're going to go hard on King Supreme. We're going to tread lightly with the language because I don't want YouTube harassing me for the content that I produce over here.
I disagree with that, but his framework is white supremacy, and what they have done to black people is the largest part of the problem. And COREY HOLCOMB's biggest criticism of Anton Daniels is the same that I had. You have no problem calling out black people, but you don't have any problem calling out the white man.
The white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men.
You're not an equal opportunity smoke giver. You're a white male ass kisser. Those are just the honest to God facts. Now, you notice when COREY HOLCOMB said, hey, how come you ain't saying up? Anton said, I ain't gonna talk about no white man. Talk about something else. I ain't finna talk about no white man. Of course he's not gonna talk about no white man. He ain't gonna do that. That's his bread and butter. Right? This is the thing with Anton Daniels. You guys remember when that white guy shot up that church in Michigan? He shot up he I don't know how many people he shot, but he shot a few people in the church. Then after he shot up the church, he burned it down. You know what you know what Anton Daniels said? Some people are just mentally challenged, and we have bad people out here. We have bad apples everywhere, right? So he held the white man accountable as an individual. He didn't say we got a problem in the white community. There's something wrong with white men and white culture. He didn't hold the white community accountable collectively. He held that white man accountable as an individual. Now, if a black man would have shot up that church, you know what he would have said? He would have made millions of videos saying black culture is trash. Black people are violent. There's something wrong with black culture. The black community is trash. Black culture is trash. He would have made several videos demonizing and criticizing the black community based on the actions of one person. But since a white man did it, he had no smoke for the white community. He said the white guy was probably mentally challenged. We got bad apples out here. He had no smoke. He had no smoke for the white community collectively. No smoke for the white community collectively. This guy was just mentally challenged and he was a bad person. But that mass shooting was no reflection of the white community. Anton didn't hold the white community accountable. Now, we all know if that was a black man who shot up that church, he would have made videos all week about how the black community is trash and how black culture is trash and black people are just demonic and violent. You would have never heard the end of it if that guy was black. And you know I'm telling the truth. So, Anton, you're not an equal opportunity smoke giver. You a white man ass kisser. I just got to be real with you, homeboy. I got to call a spade a spade.
You ain't been listening.
What's going on in America? And the framework that Anton Daniels is using is that black people are largely responsible for all of their problems. Corey Holcomb won't necessarily disagree with that, but his framework is white supremacy and what they have done to black people is the largest part of the problem. And Corey Holcomb's biggest criticism of Anton Daniels is the same that I had. You have no problem calling out black people, but you don't have any problem calling out the white man.
The white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Now, if you guys hear what Anton Daniels or how he's responding to this, he's saying.
Now, let me show you how Anton came with a false equivalence. If I tell you you kiss the behind of somebody, that's common language. Now, if you turn around and say, I'm sucking somebody's D, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Telling somebody that they kissed a particular group's behind isn't the same as you telling somebody, hey, you sucking Wooty Whoop's D. That is not the same. Listen, when you think about what Corey Holcomb said to Anton Daniels, that was an accurate and true statement. Anton is not going to hold white people accountable for anything. And when he does say something about a white person, he treads lightly. He's very careful about the things that he say about white folks. Now, when it comes to black folks, he going to take the gloves off. He's going to go all the way in. The black community is trash. Black people hate white folks. Black culture is trash. Black people are just ghetto and violent. You would never hear the end of it. He don't give the white community that same smoke. Anybody that's being honest will say, yeah, that's pretty accurate right there. If we're being honest. Anton Daniels, listen, if Anton Daniels was caught in bed with a white man today, his fans will make a million excuses for it. Or they would say, well, I know Anton got caught in bed with a man, but he has money, so it doesn't matter. I know he may be suspect. He may be a part of the rainbow community secretly, but Anton has money. He has money, so it doesn't matter. Those are the type of fans he has over there. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. Anton, just come out of the closet, man. Your fans will listen. Your fans they're still going to support you. They're still going to rock with you. It's 2026. Your fans don't care, man. Just come out of the closet, dude. They're not tripping. They're going to rock with you regardless. Your fans will make 1,000,001 excuses if you got caught with a man. They're not going to start rocking with you. So you might as well just come out of the closet. You know, with Fleece Johnson saying, Anton, anybody tell you got a nice body? He tell you got a nice booty. We was in prison. I'll get with you. I'll have to see what's up with you. I think you're good looking. I think you're cute. And here go Anton. Fleece Johnson said, do you think you cute? No. Here go Anton. No. Fleece Johnson said, do you think you got a nice butt? Here go Anton Daniels. No. Just giggling and laughing while this grown-ass man is flirting with you. Have you guys ever told a woman she was pretty and she had a nice butt and she just giggles and laughs about it and start blushing? Well, that's what Anton Daniels did when Fleece Johnson was flirting with him. That's why I say he's secretly a part of the rainbow community, because no straight man is going to sit up there and giggle while a booty warrior is flirting with them and making sexual advances towards them. No straight man is going to respond by, no, I don't think I got a nice butt. No straight man is going to respond that way. That's all I'm saying.
And listen, you don't really watch my content because I call it down the middle.
Stop the cap.
And that might be largely true. Black conservatives like Anton Daniels can't call out white people as long as they're on the left. Now, me being a registered Republican myself, when I see white racism, especially on the alt-right, extreme right, I call it out all the time, right? I'm just gonna be honest. I have no problem with black Democrats or whoever else. I'm for the community first, but I definitely call it out when I see it. And to be honest, Corey Holcomb is right, because Anton Daniels doesn't really call it out. Every black person that's killed by the cops, it's the black person's fault. He'll find any way to debase the black community. And that's kind of what my fallout was with Anton Daniels. He's a person I would even call sometime on the phone. I found myself having too much ideological and framework issues with Anton Daniels' commentary and behavior that it left me really, really disappointed, right? You know, especially as a black man who's been married for so many years, has a black daughter from a predominantly black city, and to see how he's come up. But then he also says something that was really bad. He says that you're too busy to see my content. And this is just untrue. First of all, any YouTuber that talks about Corey Holcomb or
and then this is the thing. Let me show you how much of a hypocrite Anton Daniels is. We talked about this yesterday. Shout out to my man, Street Media. Street Media stopped by yesterday and we spoke on that. Make sure that you guys bless the Cash App. Realer than rap, no cap in a major way. Anton Daniels, stop saying, listen, and this is what make Anton a hypocrite. I've been married to my woman for 23 years, or however long he been married. I've been married, and this is this and this is that. But you're bragging about having bad, I don't even want to use the word, bad chicks with you. Baddies with you. Let me just say baddies and leave the profanity out of this, because I know YouTube is watching. I know YouTube is stalking my content, looking for any excuse. Stop talking like you a player, like you got baddies flying with. He said, every time I fly somewhere, I got a baddie with me. Why would a married man be talking like that? That's hypocritical. You claim to be this Christian man who's faithful to your woman. You've been married for 20-something years. But yet you get on camera talking about everywhere I go, I got a baddie with me. And then he told Mr. 1950, I can stick some bad bras on you to take your money. Anton, you ain't no player, homeboy. I'm gonna let y'all shout out to my man, Mr. 1950. I'm gonna use one of his clips too to show you how much of a fraud and a hypocrite Anton Daniel is. Anton, you a married man. You've been married for 20 plus years. Stop the player talk, homeboy. We're not buying it. You got to pay those bras to be around you. They're not hanging around you because they like you. You're a cornball. You're goofy. You let Fleece Johnson play with your back. I'm going to keep that out of there because maybe you're snitching to YouTube. You allowed a grown man to flirt with you and tell you was cute and had a nice butt. And you giggled about it instead of correcting him, instead of checking him. No straight man will respond by blushing and laughing at another grown man is making sexual advances towards him. But Anton want to talk this, I'm a Christian, I got Christian values, I'm a Christian before I'm black. I've been married for 20 plus years, but then you get on video, every time I fly out of town, I got baddies with me and da-da-da-da. Man, shut up, man. You paying those women to hang around you, fool. Like you just such a player and you got all these baddies who just want to be around you. Ain't nobody buying that food. You might as well fly Fleece Johnson out and go hang with Fleece Johnson. Secretly, he might be your boyfriend. I don't know.
You know, he watches your channel. Corey Holcomb watches a lot of my content. He repeats it on his show. He invites other people to come on his show that review his content. And that's just a lie, because Corey Holcomb is very active in the YouTube community. He might not comment on videos, but he will watch stuff. And that's noticeable by the people that he brings on. Let's talk about somebody like Fawcett Media, or let's talk about Riva TV. Both of these people were interviewed by Corey Holcomb, MTR, Music Tutorials and Reviews, and he knows a lot about you before you even come on, all right? He knows about you, he studies who's coming on, so that's not necessarily true. But this is the problem where I feel that Anton Daniels got himself into a little bit of trouble.
And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me, because
I don't, you do. Anybody with half a brain can see that you kissed behind a white man. You know what Anton Daniels said? Black people are the most racist people on planet Earth. Nobody's more hated than the planet. Nobody's more hated than a white man. Nobody's hated more than a white man. And nobody's more racist than black people. I'm a Christian before I'm black. I put Christianity before my blackness. Black people are racist, the most racist people I've ever seen. Nobody gets more hate and scrutiny than a white man. You're taking a white man's civil rights. You talk about him like a dog. You can say whatever you want to say about the white man. Nobody is hated more than the American white man. Now, Anton Daniels fixed his mouth to say that. But when Corey said, hey, man, you kissing these Caucasians behind too much, he said, I don't, you do. Anybody with half a brain can see that Anton Daniels kisses the behind of white Republican conservative men. It's easy to see. It's clear as looking out of the window. Stop playing, homie. It's easy to see, and everybody knows it.
Not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah, see, let me tell you something, homie.
I don't tell you.
I don't suck.
Yeah, you do.
Suck
yeah, you do.
So fix
you doing
that.
it right now.
I don't.
You doing it right now.
I'm sick of y'all black folks. You racist and you hate white people. I'm sick of the black community. You're violent, you're uneducated, and you hate white people. I'm sick of you black folks. Black people are the most racist on planet Earth, and nobody on planet Earth is hated more than a white man. The white man can't spit on the sidewalk without being criticized. You call white people names. You took the white man's civil rights. Nobody is hated more than a white man, and nobody's more racist than black people. That's what this clown said. That's what he said.
Believe me when I tell you.
What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
see, ain't nobody
let me tell you something, homie.
I don't tell you.
I don't suck.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no.
I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
Let's
switch
switch.
it. Let's switch
Let's
it.
see.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no sucking shit. I'm a man. I don't do no sucking shit.
I don't give about nothing.
Well, I tell
See, listen. Corey Holcomb was supposed to use his comedic skills to roast Anton Daniels. That comment that Anton Daniels made about Corey sucking D, that was supposed to roll off of Corey's shoulders. Why? Because Corey Holcomb is a comedian. Anton's words should have never ruffled his feathers like that. So the first mistake that Corey Holcomb made was by getting emotional and getting in Anton's face. Corey Holcomb could have responded to that with jokes. Corey Holcomb could have responded to that with a roast. He could have roasted Anton Daniels so bad that he would have gave up the microphone and just quit. There was no need for a physical confrontation. Your mouthpiece alone was enough to roast Anton Daniels into oblivion. You know what I mean? So the first mistake Corey made was by getting emotional, allowing Anton to knock him off of his square. The first mistake he made. The second mistake he made is when you got in the man's face. If you're not ready to catch a fade, then never get in the man's face. If you don't want to catch that fade, don't get in the man's face. Corey Holcomb is a comedian. Corey Holcomb could have destroyed Anton verbally, just with words, with bars and punchlines, with straight comedy. He could have ethered Anton Daniels with words. And the situation never even had to get physical, or there would have never been no threat so that you could think that it might get physical. Corey Holcomb, you were supposed to use your words to roast Anton Daniels. How did you let this cornball get underneath your skin? If Anton Daniels would have said that to me, you sucking dick, I would have used the Fleece Johnson situation to roast him. I would have broke him down so bad he would have walked off stage. I would have made so many Fleece Johnson jokes about Anton Daniels being tampered with and taken advantage of by a booty warrior. He would have left. He would have hit the exit. Oh, I would have roasted him so bad. I'm mad at Corey Holcomb. Corey, you could have used that Fleece Johnson situation to roast the hell out of this dude. The Fleece Johnson situation alone was enough to bury Anton. That was enough to bury Anton Daniels verbally. It really was. You had no business getting emotional, dude. You're a comedian. You're supposed to have thick skin. Anton should have got emotional, not you. When you're a comedian like Corey, you stick to your strengths. Your strength is your comedy, your wordplay, your wittiness. Stick to your strengths. But Corey got emotional. Corey got knocked off of his square. Corey got knocked off of his pivot the moment he got emotional with Daniels.
Tell you what, watch that fucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no fucking,
You say a lot of shit that I don't with either. You
okay, but that shit, oh, you go. Hey, homie, I tell you.
So let me just say this. Anton Daniels says something when the conversation is already heated, such as you're sucking the of black people. Now, I'm gonna.
You know what I would have said if I was Corey Holcomb? I'm like, sucking D. Fleece Johnson had you on your knees, bruh. Fleece had you on your knees. Fleece Johnson put you in some lingerie, my guy. You let Fleece put you in some pink lingerie. What are you talking about? I'd do anything to stay out of jail, Fleece. I won't fight nobody. I won't harm nobody. I won't even steal nothing, Fleece. I'd do anything to stay out of jail, Fleece. And here go Fleece. Well, that's good. That's good. That good you won't go. That good you won't steal nothing to harm nobody. Because if we was in prison, I had to get with you. I had to see what's up with you. I'd do anything to stay out of jail, please. Oh my God, I would have used that Fleece Johnson situation to roast this dude. There's no way I would have got emotional if I was Corey. Damn, Corey, you could have used that Fleece Johnson situation to roast this dude. You could have used that Fleece Johnson situation to embarrass Anton Daniels. You know what Anton Daniels would have said in response? I made a lot of money off that Fleece Johnson interview. He tries to hide behind his money. Anytime he gets caught in a bad situation, if somebody cooks him or somebody roasts him, first thing he's going to say, well, I got money. I got money. And you know what Anton fans going to say? Well, Fleece did put Anton in some pink lingerie, but Anton has money, so it doesn't matter. Fleece Johnson did make Anton his boyfriend. Well, and here go his fans and subscribers. Well, that's true. Fleece did make Anton his boyfriend, but Anton has money, so it doesn't matter. Anytime you roast Anton Daniels with the facts, the first thing he's going to say, well, I still got money. I know Fleece was flirting with me in that video, but I made a whole lot of money off of it. Money can't change the facts money doesn't change the fact that he put you in some lingerie, dude. Money can't fix that situation, homeboy. You can't hide behind your money all the time, man. It's not going to work all the time.
him the benefit of the doubt when I say he wasn't trying to imply that Corey Holcomb is gay or anything like that. But, you know, in other words, you're saying that I'm sucking the D of white people, so you're doing the same thing for the black left. And of course, once he said that, this is when it went out of control.
Right here.
Don't put no sucking shit. Don't put no sucking shit on me.
I'm from Detroit.
Say I suck a again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm gonna
I don't do sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're not bossing up on me.
Yo, we good. I did already. I don't need
you can put the
shit.
microphone right down right now and go on back. I don't give a
no, sir. Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
You running your mouth. I don't do no
for the internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want to say
I'll show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
If you want to say Anton, listen, don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't.
We don't need to know you, Anton Daniels. You don't hold white people accountable to the same degree that you hold black people accountable. When those white men did all those mass shootings, listen, man, do you know about all those mass shootings that white men did last year? White men were shooting up colleges, churches, elementary schools, restaurants. Not once did Anton Daniels say we got a problem in the white community. There's a problem with violent white men. There's something wrong with white culture. Not once did he say that. If a black man would have shot up that church and burned it down, he would have made video after video talking about how degenerate the black community is. Since a white man did it, he really didn't have no smoke for it. He said, we got a problem in America with mentally challenged people. Not once did he hold a white man accountable for that mass shooting at that church. Not one did he hold a white community accountable collectively. Not once. So when Corey said, you kissed the behind of Caucasian males, that was an accurate and true statement. No lies detected here, sir.
Know me. So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it call it. I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how you disrespected.
So now it's confrontational. A lot of jabs are being thrown back and forth. You know, Antons wanting to go.
I explained this yesterday. The first street gangs of America were European immigrants. The first gang shootings and the first drive-bys were done by European immigrants. Guess what? If you go to Las Vegas, Nevada, they got a whole mob museum celebrating Caucasian European immigrants, celebrating criminality of white men, Bugsy Siegel, Lucky Luciano. You know what I mean? Al Capone, Meyer Lansky. Did I say Bugsy Siegel? John Gotti, the Gambino family. White people celebrate their criminals. You got a whole mob museum in Las Vegas of white folks celebrating criminality amongst their own people. So don't come up here talking about gang shootings when white people literally celebrate their criminals. White people literally celebrate the mafia. You guys made several movies about the mafia. You guys have made museums about these white criminals, these mob bosses. Stop it.
Corey Holcomb actually moves his seat. Darlene is scared and nervous. And again, this is it's just going out all the way bad, right? And then toward the end of the segment, you know, they were still trying to get it back on track, had a hard time doing it. This is live, by the way. And this happens.
Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the
ain't shit on himself.
I'm not gonna shit on nobody.
Now, you shitted on black people. You shitted on.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me because I feel like you're talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you.
Be careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
trust me,
the tough talk? I got security. You got security. Ain't
homie, I ain't got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
you gotta hire a to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough.
Anton Daniels had security guards with him, right? The security guards were not going to let Anton Daniels get boo-bopped and mollywopped. They were not going to do it. He's talking tough because he got security guards with him. Straight up and down.
I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face. And then you act like it was all good.
That I disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected.
You got a white woman saying you can't hold another race accountable. Well, you got white people making black fatigue videos trying to hold black people accountable, but white people never hold the child pedophiles in their community accountable. This white woman is dumb. Whoever this white woman is on my comment section, she's an idiot, 100%. You can't hold another race accountable. You know how many black fatigue videos that these corny ass white people made last year? Black fatigue, black fatigue. What is that? You're trying to hold black people accountable, but refuse to hold your own people accountable. The Ku Klux Klan still exists in the white community. You know how many white nationalist, white supremacist groups you have? The Noble Knights, that's another white supremacist group. The Supreme Knights, that's another white supremacist group. You still got Nazis and skinheads marching. Those are hate groups. And I ain't seen none of you corny ass white folks call out these degenerate white supremacists that exist within your own community. But you got the nerve to talk about black fatigue. You want to talk about being delusional and dumb.
So I'm telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face
because you don't accept the apology because you still
talk about everybody else except yourself and white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended?
You still talk about me? It sounds like I'm arguing
because I'm right. See,
I'll be around and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man. You gone.
I'm out the jet.
You done did this before. Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your and walk over there with your bodyguard and your
Hey, man, it's crazy that white people talk about, listen, every time there was an attempt on Donald Trump's life, who did it? A white man. Who unalived Charlie Kirk? A white man. Every time there was an attempt on the president's life, it was a white man. Every time. Every time there was an attempt on a government official's life, it was a white man, not a black person. And they got the nerve to talk about black fatigue, but ignored the fact that a white man took out Charlie Kirk, ignored the fact that a white man tried to take out Donald Trump more than one time. You got these gang goofy Gilligans who want to talk about black fatigue while ignoring the criminals and the degenerates in their own community. Y'all still got the KKK. Y'all still got Nazis. Y'all still got white supremacist groups like skinheads, the Noble Knights, the Supreme Knights, and many other white supremacist groups all across the country. And you got the nerve to talk about black fatigue. You sound crazy and dumb.
You prove my
point.
Hypocritical.
Homie, just gone, man.
You
just gone, man.
You
gone.
I'm out the jet.
You done did this before.
And
hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your and walk over there with your bodyguard and your walk over there with your bodyguard and your.
You prove my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring up here that you ain't finna stand on.
Right.
Remember I told you that. If you got a what you explain, don't ask her to be on my show. Can she be on the show? I don't know that. Now get your on and pay for your you got to.
Now, that last part of, Anton leaving, obviously, Corey Holcomb is saying that he's brought another woman there to the podcast. I'll get into that later, okay? But what I want to deal with is the framework for somebody that's like Anton, somebody that has made a lot of money.
When Corey Holcomb said you can leave you and your broad, Anton said that Corey Holcomb was snitching. Well, me personally, I don't think I would have said anything about the woman, but let's be real. If you talking all this Christian talk, I'm a faithful man, I'm a Christian, I'm the example of what a black man needs to be. You're the example of what a black man needs to be. But then you brag about having these bras with you, flying them out. Shout out to Mo Better for the super chat. Shout out to everybody for blessing the super chat and the cash. I'm gonna read off the cash apps. I'm gonna read off the cash apps once we get to the hour mark of the show. Now, how you gonna talk about being a married Christian man that's been married for 20-some years? But on the flip side, you want to talk this player talk like you got bad bras with you every time you fly out. Stop talking like a player when you a married man, fool. You a Christian married man, but then you want to talk like you a player, like you flying out all these bad bras with you. And every time you get on the plane, there's a bad bra with you, knowing damn well that you got a wife at home, fool. You got to make up your mind. Either you're going to be a Christian conservative or you're going to be a player. You can't play both sides of the field. Either you're going to be a married man who's a Christian or you're going to be a player with multiple women. You can't play both sides, dude.
With his rhetoric, largely this is what I have thought about and considered. I used to sometimes call Anton. I don't always put this out on the internet, but I would say, hey man, there are certain things that you're saying as a black man that's married to a black woman that has become successful, that framework doesn't fit your narrative. Like,
even Oshay gonna break this down. 1 minute you a loyal Christian married man, and then in the next breath you talking like you a player that got all these bad bras, and every time you fly, you got a baddie flying out with you. You want to talk player talk, but then in the next breath, well, I'm a Christian married man. I'm the role model for what a black man should look like. Shut up, fool. You a hypocrite. You can't be a married man and a player at the same time. I'm a married man. I'm a conservative Christian. I've been married 20-something years. Black men need to look up to me as the example. I'm a family man. But then when you want to be cool, when you want to talk greasy, I got bad bras with me. They fly out with me everywhere I go. Shut up, you hypocrite.
But what I want to deal with of, Anton leaving, obviously Corey Holcomb is saying that he's brought another woman there to the podcast. I'll get into that later, okay? But what I want to deal with is the framework for somebody that's like Anton, somebody that has made a lot of money with his rhetoric. Largely, this is what I have thought about.
Shut up, dummy. Oh, that baddie was his business partner. Shut up, fool. When you get on camera saying everywhere I go, I'm flying out bad bras with me, a married man shouldn't be talking like that. See, I told you, Anton Daniels fans, they make excuses for everything that he does. It's an excuse. You can't be a conservative Christian married man and then in the next breath talk about all these baddies you got with you. Every time I fly somewhere, I got baddies flying with me. That's player talk. A married men don't talk like that. Anton Daniels fans are suckers. They're clowns. They make excuses for everything that this dude does. Because what Anton Daniels does, anytime he does something goofy, he'll just hide behind his man. Well, I still got money. Fleece Johnson did flirt with me in front of my wife. Fleece Johnson did say I would be his girlfriend, but it doesn't matter because I have money. Fleece Johnson bought me some pink lingerie and told me I would look sexy in it, but I have money, so it doesn't matter.
And consider to the podcast. I'll get into that later, okay? But what I want to deal with is the framework for somebody that's like Anton, somebody that has made a lot of money with his rhetoric. Largely, this is what I have thought about and considered. I used to sometimes call Anton. I don't always put this out on the internet, but I would say, hey man, there are certain things that you're saying as a black man that's married to a black woman.
Anton Daniels is a Rainbow community member. You know how many Rainbow community members got money? I'm not impressed with money. Some of the richest men in this country are Rainbow community members. Look at Tyler Perry. Some of the richest men in this country are Rainbow community members. I'm not impressed with somebody else's money. I don't care about that. I'm holding him accountable for the things that he says. I'm holding him accountable for the things that he does. I could care less about his money. Now, you male Jezebels, you might care about his money, but nah, that don't matter over here, homie. I'm holding him accountable for the things that he say. All you male Jezebels, you guys are the ones that's impressed with money. Maybe you want Anton Daniels to fly you out.
That has become successful, that framework doesn't fit your narrative. Like, you're achieving above that. So I don't understand why you come in after black people all the time. I would talk to him about it, not all the time. You know, I didn't call him like every day or every month, but I would contact him. Sometimes his wife would be there. I would speak to her. And you know, Anton is
I gotta show the video. Anton Daniels was walking around Detroit paying white people to hug him. If that ain't fruity, if that ain't rainbow community memberish, I don't know what is. This dude was walking around Detroit begging white people to hug him, telling white people, hey, I'm gonna give you money, I'm gonna give you $1 if you hug me. If that ain't suspect and goofy, I don't know what is. Matter of fact, it ain't suspect, it is what it is. It's a dead giveaway. This fool was walking around Detroit paying white people to hug him, begging white people to love him. Please give me a hug, white man. I'll give you $1 if you give me a hug. Hey, Mr. White Man, I'll give you $1 if you hug me. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to pull up the video where he was literally walking around Detroit begging white people to give him a hug and paying white people to give him a hug. True story, 100%. No lies detected. But of course, his goofy ass fans, they're going to make a million excuses for that as well. They're going to make excuses for it. Fleece Johnson was flirting with him. Anton giggled about it. His fans made a million excuses for that. Well, you know, Anton has money, so it doesn't matter if he let Fleece Johnson flirt with him. He has money, so it doesn't matter. It's just goofy.
Bigger person than me on the platform. He's motivated. He's very, very money minded. But you know, I just think that not that he's went off on the deep end. I just think that this is really what he was trying to do, and now he's able to do it. And so, you know, it just looks bad. Again, now this is not to say that the way that Corey talks is always the best either. And I'm not here to say that he's perfect in the interaction. It could have been handled better on both sides. But what you see with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb is the black war intellectually we've been having for years, okay? The black right against not necessarily the black left. I don't think that Corey Holcomb is necessarily left-leaning because he's real strict on the LGBTQ thing. He's real strict on the feminist thing. So Corey Holcomb, when it comes to certain things, can be on the right, and he's a little bit more open on certain things, like he's not against Somali migrants or anything like that. He was very supportive of the ones he saw in Minnesota, Minneapolis. He got fans from everywhere. So he's balanced in just a different way. But the reality is the framework that Anton is using and the framework that Corey Holcomb is using, these sorts of people have never gotten along in Black America. And they've always stood on the opposite ends of the fence. And as time moves on, as time comes on, you're going to get more and more of this every day. And the reality is that despite the fact that Corey Holcomb feels one way and Anton feels another, what is the actuality in all of this is that we got to be able to get both groups of blacks to see the bigger picture, which is improving Black America all around. The problem is that when you get so far gone as Anton, that person's already given up, okay? And when a person like Anton has already given up,
shout out to Oshay to Duke Jackson, man.
Such a person is not going to be the best individual possibly talk about the black community, to talk about what the black community can do. I'm not trying to say that he's all the way anti-black community, but he is a person that's kind of already...
He is anti-black community. He is. He keeps black people around him to make it seem like he's not, but black people, he's always disrespecting black people. He don't have no smoke for the white community like that. So let's call a spade, Oshay. He is anti-black community. This is the same guy who said he don't want black people to get reparations. He hope black people don't get reparations. Now, why would you be against black people getting reparations as a black man? Why would you be so against that? I understand why white people might be against it. I understand why Latinos might be against it because they don't like black people anyway. So we expect for white folks and Latinos to be against our reparations. But Anton Daniels as a black man is clearly against that. Let's call it let's keep it a buck, Oshay. He is anti-black. Anton Daniels is smart enough to throw black people some crumbs to make them think that he actually likes them, but in reality, he despises the black community. He does. All you got to do is listen to his content. It's a dead giveaway. Of course, he keeps black people around him. I know white supremacists who keep black people around him. The right-hand man to the slave master was a Sambo back in the day. So even white supremacists who were slave masters kept black people around them. Having black people around you doesn't mean that you actually like them. You're just using them for a specific reason. You're just using them for a purpose, but it doesn't mean that you like them. Anton is doing the same thing. He keeps black people around him to make you think that he likes black people, but he's using those black people for his own agenda, the same way that the slave master kept certain black people around him for his own agenda. It's no different with Anton Daniels.
Made up his mind, and what's going to happen is what happened on Corey Holcomb is that it's going to lead to something else. And as it's better for a person that's like Anton or a white racist, something like that, is to not really engage them, because the conversation is not going to benefit anybody. It won't benefit Corey, it won't benefit Anton, and the only thing that we can do is for people who are like-minded and they want to see things get better, we have to first admit that we do have problems. But, you know, like I said, when you bring these two people together, you're going to get what you see with Anton and Corey. It's going to always happen. You're going to get, it's almost like a white Trump supporter and a white person in the LGBTQ that wants to protect ICE. It's not going to end well. And if it's not going to end well, the podcast doesn't need to happen. But I will applaud Anton for showing up. I mean, almost anybody that had eyes could see that was not going to be an easy conversation. I applaud Corey Holcomb, and I think that the way that Corey ended the conversation was that Anton wanted to be on the show. He reached out to Corey Holcomb's platform. And again, for Anton Daniels, this is possibly a good thing. He does deal in controversy. He likes to be talked about. This is something that he likes, and this is something that obviously may work for him. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity John. What is here for all that you do? Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
So there it is right there. Now here go Anton Daniels begging white people for hugs. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this video. This is quite ridiculous. Watch this. I got this from T-Saw Commentary. You know, even though I think Mike TV was the first person that I seen with this.
Here in downtown Detroit, with so much negativity going on in the world.
So watch, he's going around begging white people for hugs, and he's paying white people to hug him. And he got the nerve to say that he don't kiss the behind of white people. Man, you got to be crazy if you can't see that this dude literally kisses the behind of white people.
I thought it'd be a good opportunity to inject my version of positivity into it. My version of positivity is spreading love and getting people to see that it's another opportunity to start your week off right. If I can get people's week started off correctly, perhaps I'm able to affect situations and circumstances in a positive.
And then I'm going to show you the video of Fleece Johnson flirting with him in front of his wife, and Anton giggled and blushed about it. I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to give you the receipts for everything I said. The only difference is we're keeping the language clean over here so that YouTube don't come bothering us. But check it.
Way. I'm buying hugs for $1. I'm going to give out $250, and hopefully we can inject some positivity into this.
He seems to be in a downtown area where people were going to. So he
No. I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I appreciate it. We got the close physical contact. Not so
Me buying hugs for $1.
Kisses and hugs. So why would they need that from a stranger?
Excuse me, buying hugs for $1. No. I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I appreciate it. We got the close physical contact. Not so
None? That's what I expected. Let's see if it goes any better throughout the day.
This dude has no pride and no shame. He got a sign begging white people for hugs, and he's paying them for hugs.
Excuse me, I'm buying hugs for $1 to get people's week started off right.
I do not require a hug, but I also do not have a dollar.
No, I'm buying them. I'm giving away $1 per hug. No hug? Okay, well, thank you.
Wow. Anton Daniels says he's a millionaire. But if he did come up with this type of idea, all he could afford to give these people was $1? What's funny is one person actually thought he was homeless and begging for money. He did get a hug from one guy who was homeless, and he probably did it because he needed the $1.
Excuse me, sir. I'm buying hugs for $1. I'm buying hugs. Excuse me, sir. I'm buying hugs for $1. I'm buying hugs. Give me a hug, I'll give you $1. Is that okay? All right. God bless. My first hug for the day. Hey, I'm buying hugs for $1. Day started off right. For $1. Excuse me, sir. I'm buying hugs for $1. I'm buying hugs. Give me a hug, I'll give you $1. Is that okay? All right. God bless. My first hug for the day. Hey, I'm buying hugs for $1. Day started off right. Buying hugs for $1. Excuse me, buying hugs for $1. No, I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I appreciate it. We got the close physical contact. Not so
None?
Hey, the white man said, nah, man, I don't want no physical contact. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm buying hugs. The white man said, nah, I don't want $1. I don't want you hugging me.
It's for $1. No, I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I appreciate it. We got the close physical contact. Not so
None? That's what I expected. Let's see if it goes any better.
He only got one. Listen, it took a homeless man to give him a hug. All the clean-cut white people who had jobs, they wanted nothing to do with him. He was walking around with this sign. He was walking around with this sign for hours. It took a homeless man to accept that $1 from him. Nobody else wanted no hug from this fool. Oh man, look. And look at the white people. Hey, look at the white people. They are literally running away from. Look, he chasing these white women down with the sign. They're like, no, sir. look, look at how he's stalking these white women with that sign. Look. Look at the white women. They like, nah, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, he ain't got no shame, man. What person with pride? This dude literally has no shame. What an embarrassment. You gonna beg white people to hug you? And listen, none of these white people want to hug. Now, you know people take free money all the time. The fact that nobody's coming up, them white folks don't want nothing to do with you. They're like, nah, I don't want no hug. Get away from me. Spotted a homeless guy, right?
Excuse me, sir. I'm buying hugs for $1. I'm buying hugs. Give me a hug, I give you $1. Is that okay? All right.
That is ridiculous, man. Oh my God. Look.
So many people operate from the perspective of panic, and that's unfortunate. None of y'all wanted to listen to me when I had regular clothes on. It's been like over 2 weeks of recommendation of staying home here in Michigan. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that this thing has been running rampant, this whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing. I believe that it's been running rampant for a long time now. We're just now really seeing the worst of it as it relates to publicizing it and making sure.
Corey could have used all of this to roast Anton. Oh my God, Corey, this is why you got to do your homework on people that you're gonna bring up to your platform. Shout out to Steffi. Shout out to shout out to KJ for the Cash App. Shout out to Stephanie for the Cash App. Shout out to Lions Dollars for the Cash App. Let's get some more people to bless the show. Now, if Corey Holcomb would have did his homework, he could have used the Fleece Johnson situation and roast him. He could have used the fact that Anton Daniels was begging white people for hugs and he was paying white people to hug him. He could have roasted Anton Daniels for walking around in his hot dog suit. I mean, there's so much material out there that you could use to roast this guy that it is ridiculous. And he got the nerve to call somebody corny. How could this dude call anybody corny? You let Fleece Johnson sex play you, put you in some lingerie. You was walking around begging white people for hugs, saying, I'll pay you $1 to hug me. The only person who took you up on your offer was a homeless white man. It took a homeless white man to give you a hug. Then you're walking around in this hot dog costume looking like a damn fool. I mean, if Corey Holcomb would have did his homework, there's no reason that he should have allowed Anton Daniels to get underneath the skin. Corey Holcomb could have roasted this guy and made fun of him. Oh, he could have roasted Anton Daniels off of that platform with jokes, with a roast. There was no need to get confrontational. There was no need to get in his face. There was no need to get emotional or confrontational. Corey Holcomb could have defeated Anton Daniels with words and words alone. Anton Daniels is the definition of corny. Anton Daniels is the definition of goofy. 100%.
Everybody know about it. Either the overwhelming majority of us have already had it, or the majority of us is going to get it. That's just facts. You can't really contain this stuff. And you can see that now that it's starting to hit the epicenter of all of these major cities. New York, Los Angeles, Detroit, New Orleans, Chicago, you name it, is there, is running rampant, and is multiplying like nobody's business. At this point, it's really just a matter of who's gonna survive and who doesn't. And I already kind of understood that, and that's why I was just kind of in a space to where in the very first video that I made where I was in the streets, and I'm like, man, you can't really stop this thing. Like, whatever happens is gonna happen. But anyway, let's dive back into everything that I've been telling you guys for an extended period of time. Number one, making sure you stack. Put up at least 25% of everything that you bring in. It's very simple. That money doesn't exist. It belongs to you. It belongs to you from a savings and an investment perspective. Don't touch it. That's just the end of it. Oh, they just want to have conversations while I'm having conversations. I'm financially secure. I'm in a great space. I'm not in a space to where I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I put up a lot more than 25%. I move differently. I think about money differently. My portfolio probably has lost a total of less than 9% throughout this whole situation. And I'm in a buying frenzy right now because I'm investing in what I feel like are undervalued companies.
Fleece Johnson said booty more important than water. In prison, booty worth more than water.
Companies now. You gotta put up your money. Like, it's not always about spending everything that you have. You have to figure out how to discipline yourself differently.
See, this is before his channel blew up. So he was doing any and everything to get attention, walking around in hot dog costumes, begging white people for hugs. I mean, this dude is a complete embarrassment. He's a complete embarrassment. How could Anton Daniels call anybody goofy? He's the epitome of goofy. He's the epitome of corny. He's the goofiest dude on the internet. You have lost the rights to call anybody goofy, especially with this behavior.
The second thing that I told you guys is if you're going to spend money, spend the overwhelming.
All right, let's go to the Fleece Johnson thing. I'm going to show you the Fleece Johnson, then we're going to go back to that thing right there. Like, he's the epitome of goofy.
If it was me or you, then I wouldn't be giving you this information at all.
Watch how this white man was talking crazy to Anton Daniels right here. I want you to see how Anton Daniels responded to this white man talking greasy versus how he responded to Corey Holcomb.
I don't mean to be rude. What's going on?
But we can't communicate. We're talking about.
Well, good for you. I don't really care about whether or not you can. I don't care about what you're talking about, bro.
This white man said, boy, you a little boy.
I know you don't because you're the new generation. None of you guys care what we think. Why don't you record that?
Yeah, I want to hear what you got to say.
None of your generation cares what we think. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You said that yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You're talking about being considerate, but yet you are very inconsiderate as I cannot hear what's going on.
How did you address it?
Broadcast that on the motherfucking web that I helped build.
Let me ask you, can I ask you a question?
Take care of yourself.
Can I ask you a question?
Strawberry cheesecake?
But see,
no, you can't because you can't afford my fucking time. You're a little boy compared to what I grew up in. I grew up in Hollywood, Florida. My grandfather owned that fucking corner. I grew up in Grosse Pointe, okay? On Yorkshire Street, 2 houses off fucking Jefferson. Where do you fucking live? Now you can't record. You know your people can't hear now because I'm being considerate.
I'm gonna make you famous.
Considerate.
I'm gonna make you famous.
Make me fucking famous. James Francis, a little junior. I'm in Facebook jail right now for talking shit like this. It's called reality. My grandfather helped build this motherfucking city. And you know what? The people who see me on this recording are gonna laugh their fucking asses off. They're gonna fucking laugh.
I'm gonna make you
They're
so
gonna
famous.
laugh so fucking hard. They are.
I can smell the alcohol on your breath. So I know
I just got done drinking scotch.
I can
you know
tell.
what?
I
I just got here from New Jersey.
That's why I'm taking into consideration who you are. I know that you. I know you're a drunkard.
You know, I was
I'm not even.
Ford. You know James D.
I don't really care about.
Ford?
I don't care about.
You want to overtalk? You want to be a cool man?
Look at him.
I was a consultant at Delphi, EDS, Ford Motor Company, General Motors, CBCC. How about that?
Anything else?
Fucking crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going back home to Florida next week. Been in New Jersey 4 months, business consultant.
What makes us not listen to old people? And I'm gonna say it in front of him because I want him to understand.
Oh, you're not, we don't do teddy bears, suckers, safe spaces, corners, and blankies, all right? You can be a man and look at my face and tell me. You don't have to look at me.
Meanwhile, he's telling us about how he's in Facebook jail, but he's so rich. Yeah, okay.
I am. You know,
anyway, the point.
For preaching the Constitution because soon.
He's broke. He's broke.
I live in Florida.
He's gonna be walking down the street shortly. We're not concerned about it. For some reason, they think that their word.
You ever been in the Fortune parade? Have you ever been in the penthouse before?
Dude is a drunk.
Okay with it too.
Dude is a drunk, and as a result, I'm
gonna talk loud now, so you.
Hey, can I make my order real quick?
Fucking excellent.
While he's talking.
No, I don't know. I'm going to talk loud now so you can't communicate with these people. I'm going to interrupt you. You need to go home and reflect on this video as a young man, because that's all you are as a young man.
If I wasn't rich, I wouldn't even care about what you were saying, bro.
What street
I'm gonna drive
from Yorkshire.
I'm gonna drive my beautiful Porsche home.
My Porsche.
I'm gonna go to my huge home. And we know you broke and we know you drunk.
You know that?
All right?
You know cars don't mean shit. I told you my family.
Go ahead, keep going.
I told you where I'm from and where I live.
What else?
This is what else. Have a great night. I told you where I'm from and where I live.
What else?
This is what else. Have a great night.
Anything else?
A double.
And this is a 4K, ladies and gentlemen.
How about a triple?
And this is a 4K, ladies and gentlemen.
How about a triple? If this were the 80s, I'd invite you outside, but it's not.
And I'd beat your ass, too.
Oh, I know, because you're a kung fu. You do kung fu, too, don't you? Right. You're not only rich, but you're a kung fu master. What level are you? 10? On video games. That's what level kung fu master you are. Do you think you're fucking somebody?
I'm everything.
Really? I'm everything.
They love me.
I'm everything.
They love me.
I'm everything. They love me. 200,000 people love you? Fuck you.
Anything else?
I'm good. You're a waste of my time.
You about to go get in your beater? This is.
Oh man, that was funny, man. That was funny. Look.
Wait, let me read the.
I'm in here going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. So what? I'm in here going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. So what? I'm in here going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. I'm in here going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. So what? But what is I'm supposed to do, bro?
Hey, he ain't talking about the butt of a woman. He's talking about a man butt.
Going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. So what? But what is I'm supposed to do, bro? Huh?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't know.
I don't know. I can't picture myself ever being in that situation.
All right.
Now he about to start flirting with him. Watch. Fleece finna tell him he got a nice butt. Watch.
I just say, for instance, you was in that situation.
I can't see it, Fleece. I can't think about it.
You would turn me down.
What you mean?
Huh? It's more important than water. You should know what I mean.
Fleece Johnson said, in prison, booty more important than water. You know what I mean? And he laughed about it. Fleece Johnson said, if we was in prison, you would turn me down. And Anton laughed. In other words, Fleece saying you wouldn't turn me down. You would be my girlfriend. In prison, booty more important than water. Booty more important than water.
I can't see it, please. And I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I just can't even picture myself ever being locked up.
It's good. It's good.
I will do anything to stay out of prison. Like I won't steal, kill, destroy, nothing.
That's good.
I knew from a very early age that
That's good.
I knew from a very early steal, kill, do anything to stay out of prison.
It's good. It's good.
I will do anything to stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. Anything to stay out of prison.
It's good. It's good.
I will do anything to stay out of prison. Like I won't steal, kill, destroy, nothing.
That's good.
I knew from a very early age that I'm not built for that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just never even wanted to put myself in that hypothetical situation.
I do anything to stay out of jail, please. I won't rob nobody. I won't fight nobody. I won't steal nothing. I do anything to stay out of jail, please. I do anything to stay out of jail, please.
And so I just never even, you know what I'm saying? And so I just never even wanted to put myself in that hypothetical situation. So when I was seeing you.
I ain't saying this to be disrespectful.
No. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that it's
I think you cute, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Look. Listen.
Not me.
Please say, I think you're cute. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I think you're cute. I also think you got a nice butt. And Anton Daniels giggled.
Me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Not cute, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Look, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that it's when I was seeing you.
I ain't saying this to be disrespectful.
No. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that it's
I think you cute, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Look. Listen.
Not me.
I'm saying, hold up. Good looking. Let's say it like that. Good looking. Well, if you was locked up, if you was locked up, yeah. And we was locked up, I would talk to you.
No.
Yeah, I would. I got to see what's up with you, right? I mean, you don't think you look good?
Not that. I don't look that good.
Do you think you look good?
Nah.
Do you think you got a nice body?
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
You got a nice body?
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do.
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do. Look good?
Nah.
Do you think you got a nice body?
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
You got low self-esteem, but let's get back. I'm gonna show you respect. You know, you mind?
Now you can say whatever
you go, please, son. Anybody tell you got a nice body? Anybody tell you got a nice booty? If we was in prison, I had to see what's up with you. I had to get with you. I think you're cute. I think you got a nice butt. And here go Anton Daniels. No. Do you think you got a nice butt? No. Do you think you got a nice body? No. Well, I think you're cute. I think you got a nice butt.
You want to say?
Can I for real?
You can say whatever you want.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
See, you got. Do you think you got a nice body?
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
See, you got low self-esteem, but let's get back. I'm gonna show you respect. You know, you mind?
Now you can say whatever you want to say.
Can I for real?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Man.
Well, wait. Let me redirect the questions first. All of these guys mind your business.
So there it is right there, man. I just wanted to show y'all, man. I wanted to redo this, but just leave out the vulgar language. And that's what we did. Check this out. We're going to get into... Hold on 1 second. Hit the like button, man. This is crazy, ain't it? Crazy work. Fleece told him he had a nice butt. I think you got a nice butt. I think you're cute. He right there got a nice body. That there got a nice booty. I think you're cute. I think you got a nice butt. I said, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me see what y'all doing on those likes, man. Make sure we had over 1,000 some people. Now we got like we got 800 plus people watching right now. Let me get to this real quick. Let me see what it's looking like. How many likes we got, man? Because a lot of times y'all be slacking on those likes, man. Make sure that you guys get my likes up, man. We should have at least 7 to 800 likes on this thing right here, man. Now, my man, Mr. 1950, man, we collaborated like a couple of years back.
Yesterday, I dropped a video just showing, it's not emotional when you're a warrior. It's not emotional when you're a Viking. It's only emotional if it's not who you are. If I'm defending my brand, who I am as a man, if I'm defending that, and I got to check you, I may have to get loud. I may have to get in your face. It's all a part of masculinity. See, a lot of you men that are okay with, oh, he's just being loud. He's just being emotional. That's a part of it. Sometimes that's a part of it. I'm going to bring up this guy named Craig Smith. He is the co-host.
Frame the narrative, and they take a shot, right? Till it gets soft, then you can swallow it. But I'm biting into this motherfucker.
Check this out.
Eating it, and this ain't even a nibble, nigga. This is a greedy bite. Some of you niggas eat apple like as I eat this apple. A Texas sharpshooter fallacy is when a person paints a narrative around a situation as their argument, and they frame the narrative, and they take a shot, right? They pose an argument, and they frame a narrative around the argument so they can seem accurate. Follow me. Again, Texas sharpshooter fallacy is when somebody poses an argument and they frame a narrative around the argument to make it seem like what they're saying is accurate.
This is so on point. This is so on point. He's talking about how Anton wasn't trying to use logic. He was trying to spin a narrative based on some of the things he was saying. But take a look what he says.
All right. Look that up so you can follow me. We whipped. Okay, so bam. Last night was a cavalcade of illogical fallacy. You had two men who have opposing opinions. Both have justified opinions to feel that whatever way they want to feel. Antoine being a conservative, pushing the narratives he pushed, he has the right to do it. Corey being who Corey is, being a comedian with a comedic point of view. That's what a lot of people who are political don't understand about a comic. A comic's political point of view is personal.
And I want to bring that up because he was saying, he was trying to make Corey look ignorant. We all know Corey's not ignorant. He's a good businessman. He may not be great on politics, but he was talking about, like he just said, he's talking about his experiences, how he sees it. That's fact, not fiction. Check it out.
It's not political. So it's a personal point of view based on life experiences, and it's your interpretation of the world through your view. When you have somebody that's political, their worldview is really a microcosm of whatever political party they're subservient to.
All right. You heard that. Now let's go to this. I want y'all to hear Anton Daniels justify why. I'm going to show you how much of a hypocrite Anton Daniels is. Watch.
The fucking dog. Shout out to Fleece.
You're going to be a Christian conservative man, but give Fleece Johnson a platform and say Fleece Johnson bragged about molesting grown men in prison, taking advantage of men. But you as a Christian man give this guy a platform, you a hypocrite. Then you talk about you being married and being with one woman for 20-some years. You're the poster child for what a black man should do, how a black man should stick with his woman and raise his and to protect his family. But then in the next breath, you flying all these baddies out everywhere you go. You got a baddie with you. You're double talking. You're a hypocrite. How you gonna be a Christian conservative man but give Fleece Johnson a platform when Fleece Johnson's whole claim to fame is taking somebody's manhood in prison? And you platform a guy like that as a Christian conservative man? Anton Daniels, you are a hypocrite 100%. And I'm calling you out for being a hypocrite. No real Christian man would platform a Fleece Johnson bragging about taking the manhood of another guy in prison. That's Fleece Johnson's claim to fame. And you give this guy a platform? I want you to hear what he said. Fleece Johnson is his dog.
And nigga, shout out to Fleece. I don't give a fuck about what you niggas think. The key to being successful is not.
If you look in the comment section on this video, oh, they was tearing him up. People in the comment section was calling you a hypocrite, saying, Anton Daniels, I can't rock with you as a Christian man, giving a guy, a sexual predator like Fleece Johnson, a platform. How you gonna claim, how you gonna say I'm not, how you gonna call somebody a jailbird, but then you bring on a booty warrior who spent 30 years in prison that bragged about molesting men in prison? And you platform a guy like that, but you speak against criminality, you speak against criminal activity, but yet you platform a booty warrior like Fleece Johnson. Anton Daniels is a hypocrite.
Karen, you cannot care about what other people think. As a man, let me give y'all a life lesson. Let me give you a life lesson. Let me first say this. Fleece made me so much money. Shout out to Fleece Johnson.
See, I told you it was all about money. He went right into money. Never mind that platforming somebody like Fleece Johnson goes against your morality as a Christian man. Never mind that it contradicts your Christianity. It contradicts your beliefs as a Christian. But you know what this clown just said? Fleece Johnson made me a whole lot of money. Of course he made you a whole lot of money. Because anytime Anton Daniels does something dishonorable, what he does is, well, I made money. I made money, so it doesn't matter. So what that Fleece Johnson flirted with me? So what that me platforming Fleece Johnson goes against my Christian morals and values? So what that it goes against that? I made money, so it doesn't matter. This dude right here is a hypocrite, and he tries to use money. He hides behind money whenever he's called out for something. Well, I got money. I made a lot of money, so it doesn't matter. Never mind that it goes against my Christian values and morals. I made money. Never mind the fact that he told me I had a nice booty. I got money. That doesn't matter.
This shit. It gives me some level of more enemies that you're going to generate. But we're going to keep working. And so what people also don't realize is that the thing that I lean into when I start to get upset, because I'm leaning more into my emotions. Listen. I'm going to be very, very transparent. I'm going to be 100% transparent. The thing that I lean into more, because I am going to be more emotional than I ever have been before, because I love this shit. It gives me some level of humanization that allows for me to...
I've been telling y'all about these fake Christians, these guys who claim to have morals. they'll throw all their morals away for money. Platforming somebody like Fleece Johnson goes against his Christian morals and values, but he did it for the money. He let a grown man tell him he had a nice booty, but it doesn't matter because he made money from the interview.
Really embrace who I am to my core. I'm going to do another Fleece Johnson interview. You know why? Because Fleece is my motherfucking nigga. Shout out to Fleece. I don't give a fuck about what you niggas think. The key to being successful is not caring. You cannot care about what other people think. As a man, let me give y'all a life lesson. Let me give you a life lesson. Let me first say this. Fleece made me so much money. Shout out to Fleece Johnson. I don't even play is not caring. You cannot care about what other people think. As a man, let me give y'all a life lesson. Let me give you a life lesson. Let me first say this. Fleece made me so much money. Shout out to Fleece Johnson. I don't even play air horns or anything like that. Let me figure out where is it at? Here we go. Shout out to Fleece Johnson. Just a random ass noise. Shout out to Fleece. You know why? Because Fleece got me bags. 1,000. And I'm going to do another motherfucking Fleece interview. You know why? Because that's my motherfucking dog. Shout out to Fleece Johnson. Because he about business. Fleece realer than a lot of y'all. Let me tell you something. Fleece.
You see, he needed that liquid courage right there. He took a shot of that liquid courage and he told you. Fleece made him money, so morality doesn't matter because Fleece made him a lot of money.
Fleece Johnson is realer than a lot of these dudes that's out here in these streets. Listen, that's on my mama, on everything. That's how much I don't have no love for these dudes out here. That's how much I think that a lot of these dudes is gossip girls. That's how much I think.
How you gonna talk about a gossip girl when you let Fleece Johnson turn you into a woman? You let Fleece turn you into a woman. Come on, man.
That a lot of these dudes is leaning into their femininity. Fleece Johnson, the booty warrior, is realer than a lot of these dudes that's pretending like they real dudes in real life. That's how much I don't have no love for these dudes out here. That's how much I think that a lot of these dudes is gossip girls. That's how much I think that a lot of these dudes is leaning into their femininity. Fleece Johnson, the booty warrior, is realer than a lot of these dudes that's pretending like they real dudes in real life. Have y'all ever really started to think about why a lot of these people is still in the position that they in today? Have y'all thought about that? Have y'all thought about why a lot of people can't grow or they hit a ceiling and they stay in that same place 100% of the time? You know why Fleece is realer? Fleece. You know why Fleece is realer than a lot of these dudes? And why I actually respect them?
He's giving Fleece Johnson a praise and worship service. Fleece Johnson is a self-proclaimed booty warrior. That goes against the morals of God and Christianity. He promoted, this lifestyle, and his claim to fame is molesting men in prison. And you platformed him, and you said that Fleece Johnson is realer than most brothers. Anton Daniels gave Fleece Johnson a praise and worship service. He gave Fleece Johnson a praise and worship service. You're supposed to do that for God, not for a self-proclaimed booty warrior. How you gonna give a self-proclaimed booty warrior a praise and worship service? That goes against them. That goes against your Christian morals and values. So you're gonna platform a booty warrior and then give him a praise and worship service? Anton Daniels, you are a hypocrite 100%. This dude right here will do anything for money. Maybe even I ain't even gonna say that because I want to stay within the guidelines, but you get it.
Is because Fleece is not afraid to be 100% honest with who he is. That's why he realer than a lot of y'all. See, when you step into the room with a dude like that, you know exactly what you getting. It ain't no misunderstanding. Like he gonna check in. He gonna literally say exactly what he about before you ever sit down and put the camera in front of him, right? And so what he do is he stand on business and he said, listen, yo, Time, can I be 100% real, or do you want me to be something different? I say, yo, fam, be 100% what you are, and we just gonna figure that shit out as we go. And so one of the things that I didn't do was I didn't edit the video. I didn't take nothing out of context. I aired it 100%. And when they hit me back up and they said, Anton, of all of the people that we had never did an interview with or we had never kicked it with,
Fleece Johnson claimed the fame is taking advantage of weak men in prison. And Anton Daniels gave this man a platform as a conservative Christian man. He's a hypocrite 100%. He don't believe in Christianity, none of that. What he believes in is money. He don't believe in Christian values. He don't believe in Christian morals. Anton Daniels is a certified fraud 100%.
You a real one,
bro. No real Christian man will give Fleece Johnson a praise and worship service. No way.
Bro, because you said it, you did exactly what you said that you was gonna do, and you didn't modify it. You didn't worry about what everybody was gonna think, but you aired that shit, and you got an agenda, you got an objective of what it is that you wanted to show to the people in order to help them to understand why they needed to avoid this situation in the first place. And I appreciate that. And so as a result, yo, can we do business again? And I said, abso-fucking-lutely. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck about what nobody else say. The only thing I care about is what I think makes sense in order to emphasize it or implement it to the other thing. And so what you see a lot of these other dudes is doing out here in these streets is they pivoting and they posturing. That's why a lot of these women can't get up under y'all as real dudes. You know why? Because you pretending. You acting like you a real one. See, everybody that say that they a real one online ain't really real. It's just like a killer that say he killing everybody. Bro, you ain't killed nothing. You acting like you a killer. You acting like you a real one. When I see these jailbird ass niggas get mad at me for interviewing Fleece Johnson, you know what they tell me? You a molested ass nigga in prison. You the one that Fleece was going at. See, you can get mad at me, but
no, Fleece was going at you. He flirted with you on your platform, on your channel, nobody else. Stop projecting. Fleece was coming at you. Fleece Johnson told you you had a nice butt. Fleece Johnson told you that you was cute. Fleece Johnson told you that you had a nice body. Fleece Johnson told you that you would be his girlfriend if y'all was in prison. Fleece was speaking directly to you. Stop deflecting.
I ain't never been to prison. I ain't never tripped out. I ain't never had to worry about a dude coming at my genitals. I ain't never had to worry about giving it up to a dude in prison. You know why?
Fleece Johnson came at you in the free world, live on your platform. You let a man flirt with you and tell you you had a nice booty. You let a man tell you you had a nice butt. He did it on your platform, sir.
Because real dudes like me ain't never been to prison. So when I see dudes start to get a little bit apprehensive or they start complaining and they doing whole live streams, minister, Jap ass bitch motherfucker. When I see these niggas feeling a certain type of way, I seen you get knocked out on camera, nigga. What I'm gonna do? Compete against a nigga that's on camera getting beat up? A dude walked up on you and slept you? Why would I compete and go back and forth with a nigga that slept you? Nigga, you already done hit your pinnacle. You hit the top of where you gonna be. It's nowhere else for you to go. You got the same fucking background. You still a bitch. You still talking shit. And the reason why these niggas feel a certain type of way is because these niggas been molested. But I'm in every one of you bitch ass niggas cities on a regular basis. All of these dudes, I don't even know half of these niggas' names out here in these streets. When they feel a certain type of way, do they background check. These niggas don't even use their real names. You know why? Because if you research them, you will be able to pull up their paperwork. And they paperwork show that these some bitch ass niggas. These niggas is on the yard talking about how real they was. Nigga, you was getting your lunch money took, nigga, inside of prison. Nigga, you was in there getting your ho-hos and your Oreos took. Yeah, man, because it's realer in prison. How a nigga gonna tell me it's realer in prison? Real Supreme TV, bitch ass nigga. Nigga walking around with braids on and this nigga 50. Nigga, you 50.
This nigga, you older than me. How you gonna talk crazy about me? You older than me. Talking about I'm walking around with braids at 50. Man, please. You can't even grow hair. How you gonna talk about somebody with hair and you can't even grow hair? You can grow a beard, but you can't grow hair on top of your head, fool.
Niggas, names out here in these streets. When they feel a certain type of way, do they background check. These niggas don't even use their real names. You know why? Because if you research them, you'll be able to pull up their paperwork. And they paperwork show that these some bitch. How a nigga gonna tell me is realer in prison? Real Supreme TV, bitch ass nigga. Nigga walking around with braids on and this nigga 50. Nigga, you 50. Man, fuck these niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. At all. Not
See,
even.
he got that liquid courage. See, once he got that liquid courage in his glass, then he started talking greasy. Then he tried to say, yeah, you got braids and you 50. I see you had to get that liquid courage up in your system to start talking greasy, boy.
A little bit. See, they sneak this. I overtly say these niggas' names.
Oh, I never sneak dissed you, homeboy. I put your name in the title. I've never sneak dissed you. Sneak diss.
How a nigga gonna tell me is realer in prison? Real Supreme TV, bitch ass nigga. Nigga walking around with braids on and this nigga 50. Nigga, you 50. Man, fuck these niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. At all. Not even a little bit. See, they sneak this. I overtly say these niggas' names. Cause Fleece is realer than these niggas. He is. He realer than these niggas. Absolutely. Listen, if you put Fleece in a room with these, I'm betting my money on Fleece all day long. I'd rather hang out with a dude like Fleece than hang out with them. You know why? Because I know what I'm getting with Fleece. These niggas is snakes. They corny, cornballs, snakes, all day.
Now, how somebody who allowed a grown man to tell him he had a nice butt call anybody corny? How could a man who was walking around, walking around begging white people for hugs, paying white people to give you a hug? You lost the right to call anybody corny, homeboy. When you let Fleece Johnson sex play you like that, you lost the right to call anybody corny. Begging white people for hugs and paying them, giving them money to hug you, you lost the right to call anybody corny. Walking around in a hot dog suit for attention, you lost the right to call anybody corny. Saying that the white man is the most hated in America and black people are the most racist in America, you lost your rights to call anybody corny. You're goofy. Anton Daniels is the epitome of corny. Anton Daniels is the epitome of goofy. Now look at him. He had to get that liquid courage up in his system just to start talking greasy. Look at that liquid courage in his hand right there.
Long, 100%. Get no visibility, get no money, broke as fuck, same fucking background, need to invest in a platform, ass motherfuckers.
All right, enough. He cursing too much. He cursing too much. I gotta log off that because he drunk. But see, this is the thing. He can curse all he want on his platform. YouTube don't demonetize his videos for curse words. But when we react to him and make fun of him, they want to demonetize our videos for making fun of him. You see how that works? Do you see how that works? I want to say shout out to my man, Dewan B, man. Dewan B said some things about Anton, man, and it was on point. Shout out to my homeboy, Dewan B.
Appreciate that, Russell.
Yeah.
The Dahomey, and that's what that Woman King movie was based off of. Make sure my audio's okay, chat. But that's true. Slavery has existed for a long time, and in a lot of ways is capitalism. Remember this, most things that's bullshit start with truth. Pastors are great at that, giving you some truth, and then after that truth, here comes tons and tons and tons of bullshit. But that's true. But all bullshit is rooted in truth. It has a basis of truth somewhere in it, or you won't believe it.
So I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't
like what? Give me an example.
Like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
You a smart man.
Right. I studied it. I know all about it.
So
right there. So now we're starting, and this is how a lot of arguments go. And the reason why arguments blow up is because.
Shout out to my LA homeboy, Dewan B, man. You know, he's finna lace your boots, man, and he's finna break a lot of things down about history and shows you how much of a fraud that Anton Daniels is. Shout out to my homeboy, Dewan B. Great content, good brother, man. Me and Dewan B, we gonna link up, man. He said, man, we gonna put something together. So me and Dewan B will be putting something together for you guys real soon. Let's get back to the content, though.
When you root your argument in something that's a half-truth, because transatlantic slave trade is most definitely part of the truth, but a half-truth is a whole lie. When you start your discussion based in a half-truth, then I'm gonna say some things that are half true and half bullshit.
Shout out to Sharon for blessing us with a cash app. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Eddie for blessing us with a cash app as well. If you appreciate the content, support the show. Shout out to Stephanie, man. Stephanie sent a beautiful cash app, man. I think she sponsored today's show. So shout out to Stephanie.
Even if you don't know things, you send out the bullshit. You're going to say some things that are half truth and half bullshit. So off top, you're about to have a massive disagreement based off something that's not fully true. Fact is, the transatlantic slave trade is a part of slave history. Transatlantic slave trade, according to white people's numbers, is less than 400,000 people brought here between 1609 and 1808. That's
yeah, man. I hit Dewan B up and he said, man, let's do something together, man. So I said, bet. So me and Dewan B, we put something together for you guys real soon. It's going to be dope. You guys are going to enjoy it for sure.
Numbers that they put, which means the amount of people who came from Africa is negligible. They did come from Africa, but the amount of Africans that came here is negligible. It's part of the story. Not even the biggest part of the story. But let's carry on.
Yeah, it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African-American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were robbed. They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You saying all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yes.
No.
There we go. Another instance where Corey's half right and Anton is half right. They're both half right. There were people who were kidnapped. You're a damn fool if you don't, even if there's something, look at right now. Brett Favre was a millionaire and he stole money from the state of Mississippi. That's how the white supremacists operate. They'll do some shit honest. Yeah, they sold a few. And they also kidnapped some too. For the ones that came from Africa.
See, I said that a long time ago. Yes, they sold some of those prisoners of war in Africa, but they also kidnapped some of them too, because once the white man conquered some of those tribes in Africa, because you got to think the white man had superior weapons. So once the African tribes trusted the white man betrayed them. So they kidnapped a lot of people and took them too. Did the Africans sell some? Of course they did, but there's a mixture of both. I spoke on this like a couple of years ago. The Africans sold some slaves, but once the white man conquered some of these tribes, they kidnapped a lot of those people and dumped them on those boats. But I said it before and I say it again, only 3 to 5% of the African slaves were brought to the United States of America. The overwhelming majority of African slaves were taken to Latin America. Only a small percentage of the African slaves came to the United States of America. Most of your African slaves went to Brazil. Brazil has the highest African population outside of Africa, still to this day.
But Anton's right also. Africans most definitely sold Africans. That's how that's why it was able to last for so long. The homie was used to go all up in there in the inner Africa and kidnap farmers and scientists and engineers and sell them off mostly to Brazil, mostly to the Caribbean. That's where most slaves went. Don't listen to me. Look it up. So the story that they're talking about, the majority of it don't.
Most slaves went to Brazil and Latin America. Only a small percentage came to the United States. That's a fact.
Don't even have nothing to do with Black Americans, because again, we were a negligible amount that came from that process. That process, the majority of those people went to the Caribbean and went to South America, according to their documents, not DeJuan Brown. So now the argument is starting to mushroom over differences of opinion or different point of view of a half-truth. That's a whole lie. Does that make sense, chat room?
They were sold.
So
they just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so you're saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people.
And that's another half truth. Yes, it was most definitely capitalism, but it was also barbarism. Okay? These people, when you talk about, let me just give you one story. When you're talking about the Dahomey, and that's what that Woman King movie was based off of, those women warriors. That was also a half truth, because they did have women warriors, but those women warriors, for the most part, protected the king. The men were still the primary soldiers for the Dahomey tribe. But the Dahomey that the movie that Woman King was based off of, yes, they went inside and captured and sold other Africans to the French. The other truth is, when it was time for the French to colonize the Dahomey did a good job beating the French up until the French brought in the Gatling gun. Do y'all know about the Gatling gun?
See, them Europeans had that superior firepower, so they brought in that Gatling gun. And once they brought in that Gatling gun subdued and, put the Dahomey tribe into submission, because the Europeans had superior firepower. Now, the Africans were better at hand-to-hand combat and just overall fighting, but the Europeans had superior weapons. The Europeans wasn't better warriors, they just had superior weaponry. And that is how they defeated the Dahomey tribe. And once they defeated the homie tribe, they enslaved all of them and put them on slave ships and shipped them all across the damn world for financial gain. But yeah, that Gatling gun changed the whole game. Them Africans was whipping the behind of the Europeans until the Europeans brought in reinforcements and brought that Gatling gun. That Gatling gun changed the game for sure.
So what Anton Daniels is trying to clean up and make it seem as if, oh no, it was just capital.
Yeah, homie, that Gatling gun was a game changer. That's when the Europeans began to take over because they had that superior firepower, superior weaponry. Prior to that, they were no match for going to war hand to hand with them Africans over there. They just wasn't.
Yeah, half truth. It was capitalism combined with the Gatling gun. This thing right here. This is what subdued the Dahomey. But like Corey is saying, brother's a whole coon. So he's not trying to bring in that part of the truth. And that's what you have to watch out for people who put their religion ahead of who they are. We're going to get to that religion part. But whenever people put, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sikh, I'm a whatever first, you better watch out 4,000 times. The one time, when I'll never forget, I was heavily in church. When I was 23 and I bought this investment property, something in my spirit, in my gut was off about it. But what helped relax me was the person, the realtor that I was buying the house through was also a minister. And he had a Bible on his desk, praying hands. And at that time, I was sitting in the church, and I allowed that at that time in my 20s to push my doubts to the side. Next thing I know, I got fucked on that house deal by the dude with the Bible in his hand. Not saying all Christians are bad, but I'm saying people lead with that. Watch out.
Watch out.
Because if you all the way 100, you ain't got to lead with your religion. You lead with your humanity. You lead with your humanity and who you are. But
shout out to JD Miller. Shout out to JD Miller for blessing us with a cash app.
Let's keep going.
Well, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us.
He said, you think white...
Make sure that you guys bless the like button. We need some more people to bless that like button. It ain't nothing. Racism is in all of us.
And praying hands. And at that time, I was sitting in the church, and I allowed that at that time in my 20s to push my doubts to the side. Next thing I know, I got fucked on that house deal by the dude with the Bible in his hand. So, not saying all Christians are bad, but I'm saying when people lead with that, watch out. Because if you all the way 100, you ain't got to lead with your religion. You lead with your humanity. You lead with your humanity and who you are. But let's keep going.
Well, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us.
He said, you think white people, racism is inherently in them. See, this is the dude that has never studied what racism is. It's not about being race. No, racism is taught. It's passed down. The same way it's taught within a culture of people. And I know this from talking to white people who have chosen to go the other direction. If you read Birth of the White Nation by Dr. Batalora, you will find that racism is a system that was taught not only in the home, it's reinforced in school, it's reinforced in the media, it's reinforced in the
right.
Jew.
Racism is a taught behavior. So for Anton Daniels, he's trying to make it seem like black people are racist just like white people, when clearly the dude is a fraud, man. As long as you got money in the black community, you're going to have some followers. People will forgive you for any and everything that you do as long as you have money. which is sad. It's truly pathetic and sad, but unfortunately, a lot of our people will forgive you for anything as long as you have some money.
Judicial system. When white people go out of line, like F. Lee Bailey, y'all remember F. Lee Bailey who defended OJ? They disbarred that motherfucker. Most the Salem witch burnings, when white women were getting burned for being notified for being witches. Do you know why they burned witches? Was because those witches learned their magic from the black indigenous people. Those white women witches were dealing with those indigenous, teaching them that magic, teaching them herbs, teaching them all this stuff. And the white man got jealous. So he burned his women to teach her, you don't fuck with them. That's what those Salem massacres were about. Study your history, Anton Deus. White supremacy was enforced to these people and passed down through violence. The populist revolt of 1892, when white men and black men got in alignment and voted in the 1892 election, 1888, white men were punished with lack of opportunity, jobs being taken away, rights being taken away. White men were punished that were part of the Populist Party in the late 1890s.
Shout out to Dewan B for dropping that history.
Okay? And today in America, companies that have too many black people automatically get downgraded when it comes to the prestige of their, when they want to go public. They have to watch how many black people are in prominent positions when they want to go public if they want the highest ratings. That's happening right now in 2026. But that's a whole other story I got to break down later on here on YouTube. But let's keep going.
Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No.
He said we don't like each other. Of course not. Question, folks. Who in the world likes each other? Oh, just because we're the same race, we get along.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I have to reboot something real quick. We're going to get right back on it. But don't trip. Don't trip. I'm finna reboot everything. Yeah, man. Anton Daniels flag Red Supreme TV1. So we're not gonna be able to go live over there, unfortunately. I'm gonna wait until I get that strike off of Red Supreme TV1 before we go live over there again, man. So just give it like 60 seconds, man. Everything gonna be back up and running. And I'll drop the link and I'll pull some of you guys up to speak. Yeah. So 60 seconds, man. Pull it right back up. We're doing it right now. Yeah, man, he flagged my channel, bro. He flagged my channel. And just is what it is. That's what he did.
You definitely can't say white folks.
They said that I was harassing him. No, he flagged my channel for harassment and bullying. You know, it said some crazy things. So we're rebooting it right now. Give me 15 seconds, man. We're gonna be right back up. I had to reboot something, man, because wasn't working.
White folks just killed Charlie Kirk. All up in his neck. So yeah, and
Hold on. Let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people.
Some of them were. But those weren't the ones that created the system that we're in right now. Because as a matter of fact, if you study slavery, Anton Daniels,
Yeah. Yeah.
codified slave laws didn't really start coming into the 1860s. I'm sorry, 1660s.
We back, man. We just had a glitch. Let's get it.
Those early years in the 1620s, 1630s, you didn't have a lot of these codified racist laws. As a matter of fact, it really wasn't until Bacon's Rebellion in chat room, when was Bacon's Rebellion? What was it, 1682? So we're about 60 years in to slavery in America when you start seeing codified slave laws. I mean, when race laws started to come into play. Race laws really started to get codified late 1690s into the 1700s. It wasn't something that happened overnight. And the reason is because now you got to deal with what was going on with the black Brits that were coming over here, up in Boston, up in Pennsylvania, especially Boston. But that's a whole deeper story. Yeah, 1676, that was Bacon's Rebellion. That's when race-based laws started to come into play. So this dude don't even know these intricacies of history. Racism was slowly built up through the 16 and 1700s, a little at a time. Okay? But this is what happens when you have people that don't know their history. These niggas is arguing over some shit that's mostly false. But like Neely Fuller said, that's the primary point of racism. The primary point of racism is to build confusion.
Right. It's to build confusion. Confusion, divide and conquer. That is how racism works. Shout out to the 1B.
Racism works best on confusion. Always remember Neely Fuller's words. Racism works best on confusion. It's all about confusion. When people are confused, they fight. Confused people fight. And this Anton Daniels dude's confused like a motherfucker.
That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is,
was slavery in the United States before?
Slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
And Corey's making a good point. Was slavery in the United States before? And the answer is no. It was not in the United States before the arrival of the European. It wasn't. because before the arrival of the European, you had this man named Hiawatha. Hiawatha and this is all of memory. I wasn't planning on going here, so I ain't got no notes. But look up Hiawatha and then bury the hatchet. It was either in the 10th or 11th century. And they built a confederacy that lasted in the Americas. What the French named the Iroquois Confederacy. There was a name before that, but the French called it the Iroquois Confederacy. And you saw from the 11th century through basically 17 through the 19th century, 18th century, you had an amalgamation of nations a Senate and a Congress that worked with one another, and they did not enslave one another. They didn't do that. That's matter of fact, Ben Franklin writes about how he got the concept of a Senate and a Congress from the nation states that were already here. And those nation states did not have slavery at the time of the arrival of the European. Okay? What Anton did was, now with slavery going on, hell yeah, slavery was going on at that time. It was a hell of a lot of slavery going on in Africa. The Arabs were enslaving the shit out of Africans. And you also had slavery going on in Eastern Europe during this time, where white folks are enslaving one another. The Slavs at that time.
That's true. And white folks did enslave one another.
That was going on. But Anton Daniels is a dumbass, so he don't know this. All right? And for my mods in the chat, allow people to say, if people disagree, allow people to disagree. But if they got bad jokes, ban them. Somebody say I'm biased as fuck. So what, bitch? That's based off of a whole bunch of lies, half-truths, and misnomers. It did not have to go there.
Okay. Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, then this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
The transatlantic slave was a whole different form of slavery, right? The Europeans in the United States introduced a whole nother form of slavery. And we'll get into that in a minute. Make sure that you guys bless the like button.
What do you mean when you say what you need?
What do y'all want? Like, because y'all complaining about it over and over again. And I'm trying to understand, what is it that y'all looking for?
Okay, how come you didn't tell white people to stop complaining about black fatigue? When their hero, Charlie Kirk, got taken out by a white man. That church that got shot up in Michigan, it was a white man who did it. Shot the church up and he burned it down. A white guy was responsible for that. So why don't you tell white people to stop complaining? Stop complaining about black fatigue. They need to clean up the mess in their own community. But of course, he's not going to tell white people to stop complaining about, he's not going to tell white people to stop complaining, but he wants to tell black people to stop complaining. The great white hope, the great white American hope, Donald Trump. It was a white man who tried to take him out, not a black man. Charlie Kirk was taken out by a white man. But yet and still, white folks want to make videos talking about black fatigue, complaining about black fatigue, while ignoring the criminals in their own community. The hypocrisy.
What is going to help y'all?
This one that's in this is where Anton get to cooning for the white folks. He jumped over Jim Crow. First Jim Crow. He's jumping over Jim Crow 2.0.
Right. So for Anton Daniels to say that black people today haven't experienced anything, he skipped past Jim Crow. There's still redlining going on. There's a whole lot of things going on that white people refuse to talk about because they're too busy talking about black fatigue instead of calling their own people out for the devilish things that they do. But according to Anton Daniels, racism doesn't exist anymore and black people have no business complaining about anything. But it's okay for white people to complain about black fatigue when we all know that Charlie Kirk was never victimized by a black criminal a day in his life. Donald Trump has never been victimized by a black criminal a day in his life. Anytime somebody done something bad to anytime when Donald Trump had something bad done to him, 9 times out of 10, it was done by another white man. Same with Charlie Kirk. So you say, well, hold on. If most white people are harmed by other white people, why are they talking about black fatigue when the overwhelming majority of white folks have never been victimized by a black criminal? They've been victimized by people who look exactly like them, the majority of them. So why don't you tell white people to stop complaining about black fatigue when, for the most part, when a white person is unalived, it's done by another white person, not a black person. So why don't you tell white people to stop talking about black fatigue and worry about the criminals in their own community? If Charlie Kirk spent more time focusing on the criminals in his own community, maybe he would still be alive today. Charlie Kirk didn't see the threat. Charlie Kirk didn't even see the threat that was coming from his own people. Why? Because he was too damn busy degrading and demonizing black people every chance he got. That's why he ignored the threat that was coming from his own community. Charlie Kirk.
He's jumping over what's going on in the moment and acting as if this is something that isn't still going on to this day.
The whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions oriented. And I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't.
I'm with him right there. I'm solutions oriented too. And that's why I get into understanding. You get to solve things by understanding the genesis and the basis of things. You cannot solve a problem not knowing and not dealing with the reality. You have to deal with the reality if you want to solve something.
Ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
But I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through. Like, you've been through.
You don't know what black people have went through. You don't know what type of racism each black person has experienced in this country. Shut up, Anton. You a sucker. You don't know what the next black man has experienced. You don't know. Black people are still getting hung in certain areas in the South. So you can't say that black people today don't experience racism. You sound dumb, my guy. If black people don't have the right to complain about racism, then white people don't have the right to complain about black fatigue. Isn't that fair? I mean, I want you guys to give me some feedback in the chat. If black people can't talk about racism today, even though racism still exists, but it's a problem for black people to talk about it, they need to stop complaining. Well, if that's the case, tell white people to stop talking about black fatigue. But I bet money Anton Daniels won't tell white folks to stop complaining about black fatigue. But he's going to tell you as a black person, you ain't got the right to talk about racism. Racism don't exist no more. Racism died with slavery. Mindset of Anton Daniels.
Through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
How do you know people haven't gone through? How do you know?
White people have every right to talk about black fatigue, but black folks don't have the right to talk about racism. Anton Daniels is a sucker. Straight up.
That.
I don't understand. What are you saying? Like,
because most of the niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you?
He don't know what the next black person has experienced. But see, this is the problem with black people. Y'all still rock with this clown, Anton Daniels. Anton is a clown. The fact that black people still rock with him shows us that we have a major problem in our community. Seriously. Almost everything he says is anti-black. And he speaks in favor of white folks every chance he get. You ain't never heard Anton Daniels tell white folks to stop complaining about black fatigue. You ain't gonna never hear him say that. He's never gonna say that. You ain't got the right to talk about racism as a black person, but a white person can talk about black fatigue all day, and Anton ain't got a problem in the world with that.
He's saying that people that are complaining haven't seen racism. People that are complaining haven't seen racism. And please don't call in. The call-in line is not open right now. I'm talking right now. Call-in line gonna be open later on. He's saying people haven't experienced racism. Anton, you've experienced racism by the time you're 3. Son, you experienced it in the hospital where you was born and where your parents took you, and the access to resources that were denied to you that was given to other people based on their skin color. That's where you experience racism. You experience racism in school when they understand by the 2nd grade where you're going, whether it be to college or to the prison yard. And they socially engineer schools to create these outcomes. These are facts too. I know because I worked.
I'm telling you, man, if think about slavery, Anton would have been a right-hand man to the slave master. Anton would have helped the slave master to capture the runaway slaves. Because that's the role that he plays today. The only difference is he's doing it on the internet with words. But don't get it twisted for 1 second. If we were still if we was living in the early 1800s, Anton Daniels would have been a right-hand man to the slave master. He would have been the main one assisting the slave master to capture the runaway slaves. Anton Daniels is Stephen from Django, 100%. And the fact that you have black people who rock with him, it says a lot about our people. We got a lot of pathetic people within our own community. As long as you got money, a lot of black people will forgive you for everything. Not all black people, but we do have a decent amount of black people who will rock with you as long as you got money. Anton is a prime example. Anton Daniels is Stephen from Django, 100%.
Getting kids out of IEPs for 15 years. You probably had one. Racism affects 2nd graders. Okay? Racism is the facts of your history not being pushed into schools. Racism is understanding that taking resources out of schools to where children with advanced brains don't get advanced.
Anton Daniels would have told the slave master all the black people's secrets. Hey, boss, they's planning an escape, boss. They want to leave the plantation tomorrow, boss. These black folks are planning to escape. Oh, yeah, boy, I'm done with them slave money. I'm talking over there, boy. I don't know, boss. I heard the black folks, they's planning an escape, boss. Good work, Anton. I got some butter biscuits for you. Go on up in that house and get you some butter biscuits, boy. Go and take you a bath and get you some of those. Tell Aunt Mayberry to give you some butter biscuits and tell her Master John said to give you the butter biscuits. Go on and take you a good shower. Good work. Anton Daniels would have been a right-hand man to the slave master. He would have been the main ones to help the white man capture the runaway slaves. That's the type of dude that Anton Daniels is. And the sad part about it is black people respect anybody with a little bit of money. As long as you got some money, they'll forgive you for anything that you do and say. Anton Daniels is a prime example. We got to do better as black people. We got to stop respecting people because they have money. You got rainbow community members with a lot of money. Some of the richest men in our country are rainbow community members. So we respect people just for having money, not for who they are as a person. And that right there is holding us black. That right there is holding us back as people. As long as you got money, a lot of people are going to respect you regardless. Don't matter what you stand for. Don't matter what type of person you are. If you got some money, they're going to overlook everything you do. This clown ass, this buster right here, Anton Daniels, is a prime example of that. He got black people who support him financially, and they overlook everything that he does because they're weak black people. These are some of the weakest black people that you can find. If you support Anton Daniels, Something is wrong with you. You're part of the problem. You're submitting to the power structure here in America. Anton would have been the right-hand man to the slave master if this was the 1800s, the early 1800s. He would have told the white man all of our secrets. He would have been the main one helping the slave masters to capture the runaway slaves 100%. And I think you guys already know that. Just use common sense and you can see the same things that I see.
Education. And if you take a kid that's very, very intelligent and you hold them back academically with feeding them information so that they learn, those kids tend to become destructive. Now, if you take 10 of them, if you take 10 very fast-minded kids and pull back and retard their education, all 10 aren't going to become violent. 4 are probably going to still do well for themselves. 4 are going to do mediocre for themselves. But 2 are going to get very, 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 active because their brains aren't being fed quick enough. So they create problems. And in a class of 30 children, all you need is 2 disruptors. All 30 kids don't have to be disruptive. You only need 2. And you're dealing with a system that engineers these outcomes in elementary aged kids. You've dealt with racism long before you can spell racism, son. And this isn't just me talking. If you go ahead and just look at the outcomes when it comes to IEPs, special education, and the amount of black children shepherded into special education, who don't need it, who probably need advanced education. But in my days, I used to do IEP work. I used to see the outcomes in the school on the east side of town.
So listen, man, we ain't gonna drag this one out any farther. I wanted to show you my man Dwan B's perspective on everything that's going on. This is pathetic right here. To have a guy like this is truly pathetic. He don't stand for nothing. Zero, nada. He's a sucker. 100%. Anytime you got a guy like this, it speaks volumes, man. He don't stand for nothing. It's crazy. But listen, homies, I'm gonna get up out of here. Ignorance. Listen, man, I call out my own people. We got some sick black people, man. And a lot of us got to do better. We can talk about white folks all we want. We can talk about Latino. We got a lot of cleaning up to do in our own community. The fact that black people support people like Tommy Sotomayor and Anton Daniels, it shows you that we got a lot of sick people in our own community. Tommy Sotomayor and Anton Daniels would have been the right-hand man to the slave master to capture the runaway slaves, 100%. And the sad part about it is you got black people who still support Anton and Tommy Sotomayor. How pathetic and sick you got to be to do that. What morals do you really stand on if you can support a guy like Anton or Tommy, knowing that they don't stand for nothing, knowing that they hide behind money anytime they're confronted about some BS that they didn't did? You dig? It's crazy. Just like I criticize white folks and Latinos, I'm going to give my people the same smoke. We got a lot of cleaning up to do in the black community. We'll never make progress as long as our people continue to worship people like Anton Daniels or Tommy Sotomayor. It's crazy that we got people that will even support that. And you know what they're going to say? Well, he's telling the truth. He ain't telling the whole truth. See, this is the thing. A lot of Anton Daniels fans will say he's telling the truth. But when we tell the truth about Anton, all of a sudden the truth ain't true no more. Tommy Sotomayor fans say the same thing. Tommy telling the truth. But when we tell the truth about Tommy, all of a sudden the truth ain't true. The truth is not the truth no more. Because you're criticizing Tommy, because you're criticizing Anton. Anton is telling the truth. When we tell the truth about Anton, they ignore every fact that we present. When we tell the truth about Tommy, his fans ignore all of the facts that we present. That's how pathetic their fans are. And the sad part about it is a lot of their fans are black people, which is truly pathetic. Truly pathetic. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Peace, love, and blessings. Giving you game to keep you from stressing. It's your player partner, King Supreme. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be over here. Anton Daniels flagged my channel, man. I did a roast on Anton Daniels yesterday on Red Supreme TV1. Anton Daniels flagged my channel and gave me a strike. Tommy Sotomayor flagged my channel and gave me a strike. So I got 2 strikes on Red Supreme TV1. One by Tommy Sotomayor. The other one is by Anton Daniels. Straight up and down. I'm going to get into the Gmail. This is what it said yesterday, man. This is what it said. This is what it said. Hold on one second. My bad. We're going to go back.
White folks.
We're going to go back, man. Like I said, man, that dude flagged my channel, man. Seriously, and I won't make this up. This dude flagged my
White folks just killed Charlie Kirk. All up in his neck. So yeah. And?
Hold on. Let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people.
Some of them were. But those weren't the ones that created the system that we're in right now. Because as a matter of fact, if you study slavery, Anton Daniels, you'll find that the brutality in slavery and a lot of those codified slave laws didn't really start coming into the 1860s. I'm sorry, 1660s. Those early years in the 1620s, 1630s, you didn't have a lot of these codified racist laws. As a matter of fact, it really wasn't until Bacon's Rebellion in chat room, when was Bacon's Rebellion? Was it 1682? So we're about 60 years in to slavery in America when you start seeing codified slave laws. When race laws started to come into play. Race laws really started to get codified late 1690s into the 1700s. It wasn't something that happened overnight. And the reason is because now you got to deal with what was going on with the black Brits that were coming over here, up in Boston, up in Pennsylvania, especially Boston. But that's a whole deeper story. Yeah, 1676, that was Bacon's Rebellion. That's when race laws started to come into play. So this dude don't even know these intricacies of history. Racism was slowly built up through the 16 and 1700s, a little at a time. Okay? But this is what happens when you have people that don't know their history. These niggas is arguing over some shit that's mostly false. But like Neely Fuller said, that's the primary point of racism. The primary point of racism is to build confusion. Racism works best on confusion.
It works best on confusion. Now, Anton Daniels said this. He flagged my, I roasted him yesterday on Red Supreme TV1. He said, we think your content didn't follow our harassment policy. Content that contains unwanted sexualization is not allowed on YouTube. This includes but is not limited to content that describes someone in a lewd, degrading, and sexual explicit manner, shows how to distribute non-consensual sexual imagery, or content that fantasizes about, threatens, or supports sexual assault. So Anton reported my channel and said that I made fun of him by saying that Fleece Johnson, I guess, took advantage of him. So it said my content contained non-consensual sexual energy. My content contained non-consensual sexual energy. Basically, in other words, I made fun of Fleece Johnson taking advantage of him. So he reported it to YouTube, and my channel got flagged for harassment and bullying. The content also, the email also said that I degraded him in a sexually explicit manner. I degraded him. I degraded him in a lewd. I degraded him. This is what it said. My content describes someone in a lewd, degrading, and sexual explicit manner. So he reported that to YouTube. And guess what YouTube did? They flagged my channel. Now he's going to say he didn't do it, but he sent his fans to do it. That's like having a third party snitch. That's like me saying I'm not going to snitch, but I'm going to tell my people to snitch on this person. Of course, he's going to say I didn't flag. He's going to say he didn't do it. But he sent his people to do it so that he can keep his hands clean. That's exactly what he did. I'm going to send my people to flag Red Supreme. Yeah, that's what he did. He sent his minions to flag my channel. So I degraded him. You know, oh man, so I degraded this fool, huh? This is crazy. Let me tell you guys something. I never flagged anybody. Ever.
You definitely can't say white folks. White folks.
Never in the history of YouTube have I flagged anybody. Never did it. But anyway, man, I'm just letting you guys know. The first strike I got on Red Supreme TV1 came from Tommy Sotomayor, and the second one came from Anton Daniels. I degraded him in a non-consensual sexual way. Basically, they said I painted the picture of him being taken advantage of by Fleece Johnson. See, it was the vulgar language. In this live stream, I stayed away from the vulgar language. That's what I did. But anyway, we're going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure that you guys bless the like button. It ain't nothing. Anton ought to be ashamed of himself, man. But hey, man, that's what happens when you get roasted. That's what happens when you get cooked. He's going to say, I didn't flag his channel. Yeah, but you sent your people to do it. You sent your people to do it, buddy. I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. I'm gone. Make sure that you guys hit the like button. It ain't nothing.